depended on each other. The transition from training ground to battlefield was brutally swift. Gone were the familiar faces of our comrades, replaced by a sea of unknown faces, their eyes reflecting the same mix of fear and determination. The air, thick with the stench of diesel and fear, hummed with a nervous energy. The ground trembled under the weight of tanks, their metal behemoths crawling towards the front lines. We were loaded onto trucks, our destination unknown, our hearts pounding in our chests. Normandy. The name sent shivers down our spines. As the landing craft lurched towards the beach, the air filled with the deafening roar of naval guns and the terrifying screams of men. The sand, stained crimson with the blood of fallen comrades, seemed to stretch on forever. We scrambled through the surf, weighed down by our kit and the knowledge that death lurked around every corner. The following days were a blur of exhaustion, terror, and adrenaline-fueled action. We fought in hedgerows and bombed out villages, the enemy always a whisper away, a shadow in the ruins. Sleep was a luxury we couldn't afford, snatching moments of rest whenever and wherever we could. Fear was a constant companion, a knot in our stomachs that tightened with every whistle of a falling bomb, every crack of a sniper's rifle. From the beaches of Normandy, the war dragged us across Europe. We fought in the forests of Ardennes, the cold seeping into our bones, turning our breath into icy clouds. We battled across the scorching deserts of North Africa, the sun beating down relentlessly, our throats parched and dry. Each battleground brought new challenges, new horrors, but through it all, the bonds forged in training held strong. We learned to rely on each other, to trust our lives to the man beside us. In the quiet moments between the bursts of gunfire and the thunder of explosions, we shared stories, cigarettes, and meager rations. We wrote letters home, pouring our hearts out on paper, clinging to the hope that they would reach their destination. "Dear Mom," I wrote in the dim light of a flickering candle, the sound of distant artillery fire a constant backdrop. "Tell Dad I'm all right. Tell Mary I'll be home soon. Tell them." What could I tell them? How could I explain the horrors I had witnessed, the fear that gnawed at my soul? How could I convey the camaraderie, the moments of shared humanity in the midst of such inhumanity? The war in its own time finally ended. We returned home, forever changed by the things we had seen and done. The world had moved on, but we remained trapped in the trenches, haunted by the echoes of battle. Some of us bore physical scars, reminders of battles fought and won. Others carried invisible wounds, the silent torment of what we had endured. Victory felt hollow, a bittersweet triumph tinged with the knowledge of the price we had paid. The faces of fallen comrades, their laughter and their pain, forever etched in our memories. We had left a part of ourselves on those distant battlefields, a sacrifice made in the name of freedom. Life went on, as it always does. We rebuilt our lives piece by piece, brick by brick. The war had taken its toll, leaving scars both visible and unseen. But it had also revealed the depths of human resilience, the unwavering spirit that even the most brutal conflict could not extinguish. We carried the memories, the pain, and the pride, knowing that we had done our duty, that we had answered the call. In the end, it wasn't just victory that mattered, but survival. We had endured the inferno, and emerged forever marked by the flames, but forever grateful for the chance to live, to love, and to remember.